Today on Season of War, Carl readies a host of the Maggotkin of Nurgle for battle, while Jordan's assembled a death rattle horde from the Soulblight Gravelords. Rotigus, a great unclean one, leads a plague cyst army, which causes mortal Nurgle rotbringers to deal mortal wounds when they're slain. A harbinger of decay also joins the force, heralding a fetid tide of 30 Blight Kings. And a demon prince has been recruited to fight for Nurgle, and it bears the corpulent avalanche command trait and Rustfang blade. Across the battlefield, Neferata, the Mordorch of Blood, commands a death march of the undead, granting death rattle units an additional rend on the charge when targeting smaller units. A white king on skeletal steed serves as her lieutenant, buoyed by an immortal ego and carrying the Amulet of Graves. A necromancer has been brought to oversee the death rattle troops, with 30 skeletons and 40 graveguard arising from the packed earth, while a revenant Draconith flies overhead, preparing to strike. These two forces will fight over the bountiful Equinox battle plan, which awards 5 points for one objective, 3 for controlling 2, and 2 points for having 1 of each color. The underdog can use the rejuvenating blooms of the region to heal units on a chosen objective. With these two forces ready to clash, let's head to the battlefield, for this is the season of war.
This video is brought to you by the support of our channel members and our FLGS partner, Warpfire Minis. Today's battle showcases beautiful thematic dice from Baron of Dice. Grab your own or get a custom set made at baronofdice.com.
All right, Carl, so here I had just 2 regiments to your 3, so I'll have choice of who goes first. But before that decision, just to mention my battle tactics, I chose Scouting Force and Intercept and Recover. So you'll actually have to choose 3 units to be bearing treasure for me.
It will be the 5 Blightmine units on the objective, both of those, and it will be my Harbinger of Decay, because I'm going to try to keep them safe. And for me, my battle tactics are Wrathful Cycles and Restless Energy, so heavily on controlling objectives. Let's see if I'm able to do those.
Nice. Well, I got a little pre-day moving in because of Neferata, but otherwise, Carl, I'm going to give you first turn, and we can jump into Maggotkin of Nurgle, turn 1.
I'm just going to get an Unbind with the Demon Prince as my place of power, and just, I guess, go for it. So the Harbinger of Decay will pray the +2 movement. Prayer. Ha! 3. So the 10-man unit will move +2. Rotigus will cast his War Scroll spell, which basically extends his -1 to save aura from 6 to 9, if I cast it. It'll be an 8.
I'll try to unbind it. No, I don't.
And he's going to cast -1 to wound on the 10-man unit. That'll be a 9.
No, I can't unbind.
That will be it for my hero phase.
And I might as well spend a command point here just to try and get a magical intervention in with Neferata. And she's going to try and summon the Sanguine Swarm.
Windswarm.
Which I will get off on a 6.
An 8.
Unbound.
Woo! Go into movement. I'm going to go ahead and spend 1 CP to auto run my big unit, so they move 12. That's my movement. No shooting, no charges. End of turn. No disease.
Nice.
That's it.
Yeah, pretty quick.
Yeah.
But you do get on 1 of each of the colored objectives, so
Yeah.
I think you'll store a full 10 points for primary.
Yes, and I control more objectives than you for Wrathful Cycles, so I will score a full 15. Not full, just 15.
Yeah, definitely a good start, and I guess I'll have to think about some battle tactics as well. But you've thrown a huge chunk of meat in the middle for me.
Yep, Nurgle.
Yeah, and I guess we'll just have to answer and try and push you off the objective. So let's jump into Soulblight Gravelords, turn 1.
Woo!
All right, so starting things off, my White King over here is going to use his Immortal Conqueror ability and target this center objective, which means my Death Rattle will get +1 hit if they're wholly within 6 of it. And then we're gonna have Neferata cast Dark Mist onto my unit of Graveguard.
Whatever. He's still calling.
That'll go off on a 9.
Try to unbind. 8. You got it.
Okay, so they are ethereal now. And then she'll try and cast or summon the Hand of Nagash.
Oh my gosh.
And we get that on a 10. And then we'll have the Necromancer try and summon the Sanguine Swarm, which we will get on a 7.
I will try to unbind that. That's your last spell, right?
Yep.
Oh, yeah. No, 7.
Okay, tie it. So we get the birds. And that will be my hero phase.
I will spend 1 to counter prey with my guy. He is just going to do the generic prayer. He gets 4. Bank those 4 points.
All right, then it's movement. And that is going to be my movement.
I think I will try to preserve my Blight Kings here. I will spend 1 CP to redeploy them. 1. Awesome.
And then we can get into shooting because we do have the Revenant Draconith who deep struck in the back corner there. And he's gonna put his Pestilential Miasma into your Blight Kings.
1 goes through.
2 damage.
5 aboard. Takes 1.
And that will be shooting, so it's just charges then for me. And we're gonna start off with these Graveguard in the center. That'll be an 8.
Yep.
And the White King makes a 5, but I'll spend a command point to re-roll this one into a 7. He's in. And then we'll go with the Graveguard.
Getting a 10.
Nope, that's a 7. And the Draconith. No, that's a 3. And that's gonna wrap up my charges with the Deep Striking Graveguard and Draconith not making it in. But I am, at the start of the combat phase, going to spend the command point with the Necromancer to try and give strike twice to my Barrow Guard in the center. I need to roll a 3 up here. We did a 1.
Aye.
But I will still start off the combat with that unit, putting all their attacks into your Blight Kings.
I will go ahead and all-out defense.
So that'll be 7 mortal wounds and 14 saves at 1 rend.
I did all-out defense here, so this will be back to 3s. 12 wards. Killing 2 guys and putting a wound down. And because you killed 2 of them, I will explode back on you on 5s. That'll be 3 mortal wounds.
All right.
5 ups.
I take 1.
The battle of the 5 up wards.
Getting the opportunity to retaliate, the Blight Kings split their attacks, taking out a total of 4 Graveguard and 3 skeletons. Then the remaining Soulblight units bring down 4 more of the Grandfather's servants.
And then I will get to return skeletons at the end of the turn. So from the first unit, I'll get 3, and the other unit gets 1.
Yep. I'll put the disease on the Graveguard. I'll roll D3, 2 mortals.
They'll have 5 up. They'll ward 1, take 1 more.
Yep.
And that wraps up Soulblight turn 1, and I have to say, it went a little better than expected.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
Yeah, I honestly just did not expect to, I mean, I only just took down over half the unit, which isn't actually like incredible by any means, but I didn't take as much damage back as I feared either, so killed enough, again, to take the objective was the main thing. Obviously got a lot of bodies on there. But yeah, I'm very content with how that went. But looking at scoring, I won't get any battle tactics here because I don't have enough starting units out of my territory. But for primary though, I will have one of each colors. So I will store a hold 1, hold 2, and then one of each for a 10-point turn here.
10-point turn.
So that does leave me a bit behind in the underdog heading into round 2, Carl. But we can look at priority.
Here we go. 4.
A 1.
I think I have to take it, or else you crunch into my softer pieces, and I'm very scared of those Graveguard, and I need to back away from them.
All right, then let's jump into Maggotkin of Nurgle, turn 2. And at the start of the round, as the underdog, I get to choose an objective to heal. I will choose the center one, which only heals 1 wound from my White King and actually 1 from your Blight Kings.
Yes.
But it also gets rid of the disease on my Barrow Dart.
Yes.
Which is notable.
Very notable. Okay, spellcasting. We will reapply the -1 to wound on the unit that's in front. That'll be an 11.
We'll try to unbind it. No.
Okay, -1 to wound, and his second one will be. We'll just increase his bubble on a 10.
Yeah, you get it.
So it increases to 6. So it's currently 12 inches, and
it stacks.
It stacks.
Nice.
Yeah. And everything within 12, so it takes 1 mortal wound. He's gonna pray for no charge +1, but if it's a 6-up, I shut off all weapon abilities. 2-up, yeah. So we're gonna place it on this unit, so they cannot be affected by the crit mortals of the Barrow Guard.
And I will get to do some recursion, bringing back 3 Barrow Guard.
Mm-hmm, because you healed the disease.
Yep. And a skeleton to each unit.
Yeah.
And that'll be it for me.
So that is it for movement.
And I am going to spend a command point to redeploy with my White King for 6 inches.
Oh, he's gone. Okay, shooting. No shooting. Charges. We'll charge with Mr. Rotigus first. 5. The Demon Prince will use his new Scourge of Gyran command trait to roll 10 dice. 3 ups are mortals. That is 8 mortal wounds.
We will have 6 ups. We'll ward 1. But at the start of the turn, I am going to spend a command point with a Necromancer to try and give my Grave Guard a strike twice again. We get it this time.
Oh no. Still start with Rotigus. He's going to dump everything into the skeletons there. We will all attack.
So 12, 13, 14 wards. No, we save 1, so you do take down these skeletons.
Die, skeletons, die.
As the 2 forces clash in the center, the Death Rattle bring down 4 more Blight Kings, while the rest of the Rotbringers fell just 2 Graveguard and 4 skeletons. Then the hand of Nagash falls to the Demon Prince.
And then we're going to get to activate the Graveguard again. I'm going to put 2 dice into your Lone Blight King and the remainder into your unit in the center. So into the Lone Blight King first. 1 at rend 1.
4 up. Hey, he lives.
Rude.
Very.
And that'll be 10 at rend 1. Rend 2 effectively because you're -1 to save.
5s. 5s. Oh, kills 1. End of turn. We will put disease on the Barrow Guard. No. So I don't hold the middle, which is 2 victory points, but I do hold 1 and more. So it'll be 8 points for the primary for me, putting me at 23. And because of Restless Energy, I did take an objective that you controlled at the start of my turn. So then that's an additional 5. So 13 points for me, putting me at 28.
Yeah, really good scoring for you so far, getting a couple tactics. The fight in the middle has been back and forth, but lots is dying on both sides.
Yep. And you still have a massive hammer. I've already kind of deployed the hard hitters on my side. So I just need to keep trucking along and make sure that you don't dogpile me. And the Demon Prince, I think, will be key in securing me more points later on.
Yeah, well, we will see, Carl, and let's jump into Soulblight Gravelords turn 2. All right, the White King will start things off by choosing the center objective again for the +1 hit. And then Neferata is going to try and cast Dark Mist onto my Barrow Dart again. But she'll fail that on a 6. And then she's going to try and cast or summon the Unholy Reliquary on a 9.
Try to stop it. That's an 8.
All right, we're gonna put this thing out over here. And then the Necromancer is going to try and cast Prison of Grief onto Rodidus, and we'll fail that on a 6. Yeah. But then for my recursion, I only have 3 wounded units over here with the skeletons, so the Barrow Guard just get rid of their disease, but I will heal the White Cane and bring back 3 skeletons. Yeah. And then we are into movement.
Blight Kings will redeploy. Hiya, 6.
And then shooting, and we've got the Revenant Draconith targeting the Blight Kings right in front of it. It'll just get 1 through at rend 1 for 2 damage.
4 up, we're good.
So nothing there, and then we'll get into charges. We'll go with Neferata first. She'll make it in. And the Necromancer is going to spend a command point to try and give fight twice to the Barrow Guard, which she fails. And then into combat, I'm going to go first with the Barrow Guard and try and put as many attacks as I can into Rodidus.
All out defense, Rodidus!
And we'll have 4 mortals and 5 hits into Rodidus.
4 up save, 5 damage, 5 up. Takes 3.
And into the last Blight King over here. 1 mortal, and that's it.
Ha! No, he dies.
On the northwestern objective, the Blight Kings only take down 4 Graveguard and are eventually brought low by the undead forces. In the center, however, the fight is much more tenuous, and after the Barrow Guard go down, the minions of Nagash are at risk of losing their grip on the objective.
And then at the end of the turn, with the Draconith's Rampage, he's gonna do a bunch of things. So on a 3-up, I fail it, but he would have healed D3, dealt D3, and had the chance to go back into Deep Strike.
Which is super cool.
Yeah, wouldn't have done it here, but the healing would have been nice.
Yep.
I will, though, spend a command point to power through Neferata on your unit of 3 Blight Kings in the center for 3 mortal wounds.
I save 1, take 2.
And she's just gonna pop down on the other side.
No!
Particularly close to Rodidus.
No, don't hit me with a rusty knife.
And then the skeleton's coming back. No, just 1. So, wrapping my turn with Neferata not finish off a Blight King there, and me not bringing back any more skeletons because you would remain in control. I had a couple ways to take that. Could have done some different things, but yeah, we're gonna give up those points, which is big because that not only is giving up hold more, it's also giving up the 1 of each color. So I'm only gonna store 5 points on primary here.
Jordan would actually score 8 here, as the 3 points are scored for holding at least 2 objectives, not for holding more than your opponent.
If I win the prio here,
here we go.
We'll do that first.
6.
A 1, so I'm not winning the prio. Carl, do you want to re-roll that?
I do not. I was like, wait a second. Yeah, I'll take it. I don't want to get hit by a rusty knife.
So, all right, let's jump into Maggotkin of Nurgle, turn 3.
I am going to use the place of power to get a unbind. He's going to attempt to get rid of the swarm, or the reliquary. Nope. Rodidus is going to cast his War Scroll spell to extend the range of the -1 to hit and 1 mortal for everybody around. +1 to cast. Nope. He's going to make Neferata -1 to hit, cast, and unbind. Nope. My priest here is going to make it so that he's going to do the Agonizing Vomit. So it's on a 3-up. Roll 7 dice 6s or 5s are mortal wounds. With an 18, I'll choose Neferata again. On a 6, do 3-ups. And so here's the prayer. 6, and it'll be 3-ups because it's empowered. 4 mortal wounds on Neferata.
She'll ward 1, take 3.
And that's it for hero phase.
And Neferata will spend a command point here for magical intervention and try and cast Prison of Grief onto Rodidus. That will go off with a 7.
Hiya! 7, you got it.
Tied it, so if Rodidus is fighting last.
Until your next turn.
And I'll get to bring back 3 skeletons.
Going into my movement phase with your hero phase done. And I'm going to spend 1 command point for at the double these guys. Okay, that's movement.
I will spend a command point to redeploy my White King for 4. And then I'm also going to bring down a unit of 10 Graveguard.
Charges. Let's go for the most impactful one. Demon Prince. 6. So I'll do my impact mortals now. It was a good choice to to redeploy because it's 9 mortal wounds onto the swarm or the reliquary.
It will
7.
save 2, take 7. So it's alive with 1.
Charge the Harbinger of Decay on a 5. Rodriguez is going to roll on a 6-up to do 6 mortal wounds on the skeletons. Nope.
And then I'm just going to have the reliquary heal Neferata, which will just get rid of the disease for now.
And then my first activation. We're just going to go Demon Prince into Neferata.
And it will go for the all-out defense here.
Yep, swing over 3s. Okay, Mr. Demon Prince. 2 a -3. -1 from Rodriguez, -1 base, and -1 for Rustfang.
So that would be 2s to 5s. I save 1.
9 mortals and 12 damage total.
Lords will save 3, take 9. She goes down. Woo. My clever plan to stab with the rusty dagger didn't pan out.
I don't want to get stabbed with a rusty dagger.
Then we'll just go with the Graveguard over here into your Single Blight King.
Yep.
While the Graveguard secure the northwestern objective, the Soulblight forces in the center crumble after the loss of Neferata.
Maggotkin turn 3. I cleared the center. Woo! Go Demon Prince.
Yeah, taking down Neferata was awesome. Was big there.
Yeah, I did want the charge mortals to maybe go onto the White King because he is a problem for me. But I'm staring down the barrel of quite a few Barrow Guard as well who could hurt me quite a bit. But we have the center, so that'll score me 10 for the primary points. And unfortunately, I don't have my battle tactics, so it'll just be 10, putting me at 38.
Yeah, a sizable lead, but Carl, we can just jump into Soulblight Gravelords turn 3. Unsurprisingly, my White King is going to give me +1 hit on the center objective again.
Yeah.
And the Necromancer is going to try and cast Strike's Last onto your Demon Prince. We'll get that on an 8.
You only have 1 cast now. 10.
All right, that's Unbound. And that is it for my hero phase.
I will do Magical Intervention to cast no companion weapons or no weapon abilities on the Demon Prince, which is impossible right now, but I'll bank those points for later. I'll bank 4. And I will spend the CP to rally the back unit of Blight Kings. 6, I don't have a Bell Ringer anymore. 4, so I'll heal 1. Bring Mr. Bellman back.
How rude. And into movement, I'm gonna start off, I have to summon up my skeletons that are in the grave, and I think I'm gonna put them somewhere annoying. And that is all my movement. So into shooting, we're gonna go with the Draconith, putting its shots into your Blight Kings. 1 at rend 1. 2 damage.
The Blight King I just rallied back. He's dead.
And then we're gonna get into charges, and I'll start off with the further Graveguard. That'll be a 9.
That's a 9.
Let's charge the Draconith.
Draconith!
For 4.
Yeah, you're in.
I will spend a CP to re-roll that one.
Yep. Trying to get my Harbinger.
For an 8.
Yep.
And I'm not going to charge the other Barrow Guard, so that is going to be all my charges. So into combat, I'm going to have the Necromancer spend a command point to try and make my bigger unit of Barrow Guard fight twice. A third one.
3-up abilities are the worst.
Yep, especially when they cost a CP.
Yeah.
But we will go with the Barrow Guard next, and I'm going to put all the attacks I can into your Blight Kings.
Rodriguez uses all-out defense when the Barrow Guard attack, and while they only deal 2 damage to the Blight Kings, they do slip 5 wounds through against the Great Unclean One. Rodriguez then retaliates and targets the White King.
So 9 damage. We needed 2 wards, we don't make any. The White King goes down.
Go Rodriguez, go.
And then I'm gonna go with the Draconith, putting all his attacks into your Blight Kings. So the claws first. 6 damage so far.
Yep.
And the maws
More.
for 6 more damage, 12 total.
12 damage. 5, 7, 3, 6, 7. Yeah, exactly. Dead.
All right, so we had a solid turn here, but it could have been better. Notable things, I didn't get a Strike Last off, so I couldn't go into the Demon Prince. It just was losing those resources. If he was to strike first, would not be good, though I am obviously susceptible to priority here still.
Yep.
And you taking out my White King's Bait, I thought about attacking with him first to try and get that plus or minus 1 to save out, but it's not guaranteed and it might not amount to anything. Yep. And we did kill one of the treasure holding units on your turn, so I will store 5 points for that, Carl. That puts me to 13 for the turn, 31 overall. We're a little closer than we were, but almost too close at this point. But we can roll priority for round 4.
For sure.
That'll be a 6, so I will win priority here.
I will choose not to reroll.
All right, which is interesting. It does put a tough choice in my hand. But even though we won't store tactics, I am going to take the turn, and let's jump into Soulblight Gravelords, turn 4.
Most notably, because you double, I get to burn one of the treasures. So I will burn the treasure off of this guy.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah. Pow.
All right, into my turn. I'm going to start off by bringing back 3 Graveguard. And then the Necromancer is going to cast Strike's Last onto Rodriguez, which I will miscast and suffer 3 mortals, 2 of which I'll pass off and I'm alive. And that is my hero phase.
I'm gonna spend 1 to counter prey with my Harbinger of Decay. He's gonna try to do 7 dice mortal wounds into your Necromancer. That's 2. Which puts it at 6. Is it empowered? It is empowered. 3 ups, because it's empowered. 4 mortal wounds onto your Necro.
I'm just gonna go for the wards. I do save 2, but she goes down. And then I'm just into movement, and I'm gonna move out the skeletons onto the objective, and these barrel guard over here. And I am gonna bring down 5 skeletons over by this gravesite. And then I do have shoot in combat with the Draconith, so it's gonna target Rodriguez. 2 wounds at rend 1.
5s. 2 damage.
Yep.
Takes 2. Bracketed.
Then into charges, we're gonna go with the barrel guard for an 11.
Oh.
And that's all my charges.
On a 5-up, he's gonna do that many mortal wounds to this unit of barrel guard. Nope.
And then I'm gonna start off combat with the 10 Graveguard that have come back to a barrel guard. I am gonna spend the CP for all out attack and put all the attacks into Rodriguez.
All the defense.
We'll get 2 mortals and 11 at rend 2.
3 is going to 5s. 5 ups. 6.
So he's up to 17 taken.
5 left. Yep. My go. Rodriguez will go into the unit that hasn't activated yet.
And they are gonna go for all out defense.
That's good.
So 7 damage, we'll have the wards, just stitches now, but we will make 2. And you kill 5.
Yep.
And then the barrel guard in the center are going to attack your Blight Kings. We'll get 2 mortals and 7 at rend 2.
Rend 2, 5, saves only 1. Plus the 2 mortals. Save 2, 3, 6. So 1 wound left. Explosions. 4 mortals. Back at you.
You kill 4.
Yep. Singular Blight King will go. Same unit, 3s, 3s. 3 minus 2.
2 to 3.
1 damage each.
So you kill 2 more. And we are to hope that risk pays off now when we go with the Revenant Draconith and put his attacks into Rodriguez. So the claws first.
2.
4 damage so far. And the maws.
2 left.
It wounds at rend 2.
Goes through.
3 damage.
2 wounds left. He's dead.
Oh, to the wound exactly.
You've done well, my sweet prince. Time for you to rest. With the Harbinger of Decay. we are actually going to attack the Barrow Guard.
Yep.
3 attacks, 3s and 3s, crit mortal.
And he'll kill 2. And then at the end of the turn, the Draconith is going to bite your priest for 2 mortals.
Save 1, take 1. And I'll put disease on the singular guy there. 3 mortals.
And the Barrow Guard is dead. All right, it was a decent turn. We kind of did what we came for, which was taking down Rodriguez, but that isn't quite enough. I needed to take the objective, and really, well, I wanted to take the objective and start to 9 points, but didn't quite get there. Though we did take a chunk out of the Blight Kings. There's just one with 1 wound left, but that's disappointing.
Yeah, I don't have any more fast-moving pieces, and you're still able to bring back people. So I am losing resources, and Soulblight's starting to gain the advantage here, but we'll see if it's fast enough to catch up.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. You did take out my other terrain piece, and with my hero going down, the White King, I don't have any way to bring one back. So then for the turn, we're looking at just 8 points again, putting us to 39. So I'm ahead 1, but obviously we're going into your turn, Carl, and Maggotkin of Nurgle, turn 4.
We are going to try to do the Vomit Prayer. 2. I will bank 2. And I don't have spellcasting. So move into our movement phase, in which we will auto-run those Blight Kings way out there.
And at the end of your movement, I am going to bring back a half unit of 10 Brave Guard.
All right, charge, Demon Prince. Hiya, 6. And I'll do my Impact Mortals onto the Barrow Guard. 3 ups, 4, 6 mortals.
We'll ward 1, take 5. And Carl, I'm feeling a little desperate here, so I'm going to spend my last 2 command points to go for a counter charge with my Barrow Guard.
Yep.
Let's see if we can roll something big. No.
And we are going to, on a combat phase, the Demon Prince on a 4-up will strike first. He does not. And we will go first with the Demon Prince. We'll throw everything he has into the Barrow Guard. 6 attacks here, 3s, 6 damage.
I ward 1, but you killed him to the wound.
Woo! Better lucky than good.
And then we'll have the Draconith actually fight into your Demon Prince.
I'm gonna go ahead all defense there.
Claws.
2 go through, so 4 damage.
And then the Maws.
4s, we're good there. 4 damage, 5 ups. It takes 3, 7 left. I'm just gonna fight with the Harbinger.
Yep.
Yeah. 3s. Okay, 6 mortals.
Wards. No, I'll take 6. And then at the end of the turn, he is going to bite you, but he misses.
So Maggotkin turn 4, I had sacrificed the middle objective in order to get my battle tactic, scoring me a mighty 8 points. So I'm just barely keeping my head above water right now. You do have quite a few resources, but I'm trying to line up my battle tactics for round 5 and see if we're able to do something cool.
Yeah, and you are up 7 right now as we go into the final round. So let's look at priority. That's 3. A 5.
I mean, this is the only time in the game that I can use it.
Yeah, reroll.
That's
into
a 6.
It came up big.
Do I want to double is the question. I don't want to double, but I just wanted to reroll the pile, so I'm gonna give it to you anyways.
All right, let's jump into Soulblight turn 5. All right, I don't have any heroes and nothing to do in my hero phase.
I will counter pray with the Harbinger of Decay. He's just going to do the generic prayer in order to get some prayer points here. He gets a mighty 5, which we're going to bank. We are going to spend another CP in order to rally the most annoying Blight King in the world. He is going to heal 1. And the Harbinger of Decay will use his once per game ability to -1 your charge. So we'll pick the skeletons, the Graveguard, and the skeletons right there.
All right, and then into movement. And that's my movement.
I'm gonna go ahead and redeploy these Blight Kings here. 5, trying to get a little bit closer.
And then into shooting, the Revenant Drachnith is going to put its shots into your Demon Prince. 4 damage.
5 up, take 3, 4 left.
And then we're into charges. We are -1, but we'll go with the Barrow Guard. For a 6, the
-1 was relevant.
The -1 is relevant, so they'll spend the CP to re-roll that. Into a 5 to a 4, that's gonna fail. But then we're just into combat.
The Demon Prince on a 4-up strikes first. Yes, let's go, Mr. Demon Prince, go. And everything he has, 6 attacks.
I will go for the all-out defense here.
3s, 2, -1.
Save them both.
Oh, there we go. Didn't need the all-out defense.
No. And then the Drachnith is going to fight back. So the claws, that'll be 4 at rend 1.
Hiya! Oh no.
6 damage.
Oh no, he might just go down here. He does.
All right, we eat the Demon Prince.
Harbinger. Okay. 1 at -1.
Goes through.
6 damage, because 3 mortals.
Wards, we save 1, take 5. Up to 12 taken. And then let's try and do the Rampage. We will actually do 3 mortals to your hero.
Yep,
And I heal 3.
I'm gonna disease you. 3. 3 back.
So wards, and I save 1, so disease deals 2 more, puts me back to 11. And this is gonna wrap up my turn. I am gonna do the best I can in storing, which is going to be 10 points in primary, which is solid. Puts me up to 49 points. So I'm ahead 3 points, but it's just wasn't able to deny enough. I needed to get in the center. I somehow needed to deny. I can't deny enough points, obviously, on your turn, Carl.
Yeah.
And I don't have any tactics I could get here, so that is just going to be a 10-point turn for me. And then, Carl, what's your turn going to look like?
So, based on how the points look, I'm basically just going to solidify on 2 objectives, trying to take them. The Harbinger is kind of just, there's not very much for him to do. Yeah, I'll score 5 points, potentially.
You already have 5 automatic, which is going to put you ahead.
And then potentially 3 more points.
Yeah, very likely taking that one from the skeletons.
Yeah, I don't need to do any risky things for my battle tactics, and it'll just put me right over the edge there.
Yeah, so you were down 3 coming into the turn, but you're going to store, again, guaranteed 5. At most likely 8.
8, yeah.
To pull you ahead. Bottom around 5.
Yeah, I kind of ran out of steam. The biggest piece I have, the Demon Prince, you know, all hail Nurgle. He also was a linchpin in what I needed to do, and once he went down, my scoring kind of just petered off. But thankfully, it was turn 5 that he went down, not earlier than that.
And it was really, like, taking out Neferata was big, but there were a couple turns where I just didn't get those 2 points for the center.
One here, one there. This guy is probably the MVP.
Yeah, those could have been helpful, but it was a good slog between skeletons and Nurgle, which is I guess what we expected coming into this, but it was actually really interesting just to see how things shook out, and a lot of fun to play with all the Graveguard.
I mean, this is my first game on the channel with the new GHB. The changes are wild in terms of the mastery of the game, and you know, playing more games is what's going to cause you to understand more. But even the changes to all attack, all defense for myself, it was not just a binary choice of do I have command of points, I'm just going to use it here, it's the end of the turn. It is really an impactful thing in what's going to activate next, that sort of thing.
Yep.
With that being said, Rodigus with his -1 save bubble that, you know, keeps increasing, that was you know, granted to us by the Scourge of Gairan. He is a house, and he's probably what, you know, unlocked that middle fight for me, because it just meant that I was accruing advantage over and over. And then the same thing for you with the White King, who hit my 10 Blight Kings, and then they just started disappearing much faster than they would in any other instance. And because again, the change to all-out defense meant that I wasn't just saving on 2 up, 5 up, 2 up, 5 up constantly.
Yeah.
Those units are shiftable now. The battle tactics are hard. I only completed 3 over the course of that game out of the 6.
And I only completed 1, so And that's partly because of Scouting Force. I put a bunch of units in Deep Strike, which really cost me here because I have the units that I could have achieved it, and 5 points would have been beige. So that's just a little learning thing with when you have units at Deep Strike. But then I just think I could have maybe protected my heroes a little better, had them last longer, gotten a little more out of them. With all of them, I feel like I could have
muscled me out of the center.
I would have benefited from getting a little more out of them.
Yeah.
A blast of a game either way, Carl. It was a good one. Guys, I hope you enjoyed that battle report. Thank you so much for all your support and watching. And don't forget, you can get an extra one every week by supporting us through the channel membership here on YouTube. But either way, we appreciate you and look forward to seeing you in another battle report. Sweet. Good game, buddy.
Good game.